Hello, everybody. How are you? How are things in your world? I hope good. The rain has subsided in Los Angeles. The sun is out. We're back in the swing of things until it starts raining again. Guys, this is going to be another in our series of spotlights on communities around Los Angeles as we've done other cities. And in this particular one, we're going to talk about Monterey Park. Now, overhead you hear a helicopter, which in Los Angeles means that police have somebody on the run or somebody is checking out the traffic. A media helicopter or police helicopter. Why don't they just combine them? Why don't the police and the media go in the same helicopter? They'd save a lot of time. Monterey Park, guys, is east of LA. It's east of LA and has a long history. The city motto is pride in the past, faith in the future, which was the winner of a contest to determine the city motto, to update and refresh the city motto. The second place winner, though, did get a lot of votes, but not quite as many. The second place winner was Monterey Park, Gateway to Montebello. It just didn't get as much play. But now this is some interesting. We're just talking a little bit about the history of the town. Did you know that the potato chip bag was invented in Monterey Park? That's right. In 1926, a woman named Laura Scudder was trying to improve the freshness of potato chips. And she came up with this idea of ironing sheets of wax paper together to create a bag. And as you can imagine, this revolutionized the potato chip industry, guys, because now what would get stale very relatively quickly, and of course they were produced probably in those days with a lot less preservatives and all that anyway. What used to go bad quickly, or relatively quickly, it was now saved by Miss Scudder's potato chip bag expertise. And so now Monterey Park is known as the international home of the potato chip bag. And that's why every summer for 2 weeks, Monterey Park has potato chip bag days. And there's a whole host of events, but it's funny because it's not just, you would think that'd be enough. The 2 weeks of activities around potato chip bags and celebration thereof. But guys, they have all through the year, they have activities revolving around the celebration of the fact that potato chip bags were invented right there in Monterey Park. In fact, on New Year's Day, it doesn't get a lot of play nationally because it doesn't have television coverage. But, guys, there is the International Potato Chip Bag Day Parade, which is every January 1st. Okay, so it goes right up against the Tournament of Roses Parade. Now, what's interesting about the International Potato Chip Bag Day Parade is that they make the floats, all of the decorations, they don't use roses. They don't use any kind of flowers, guys. They use potato chip bags to decorate the floats. And you might think, well, that's not going to be enough potato chip bags to... Guys, have you walked down a street in America? There is a potato chip bag. There's more than enough potato chip bags to cover all of the floats. And the average float in the potato chip bag parade, the average float is twice the size of a Tournament of Roses parade float. So you can imagine it's a lot of potato chip bags. But guys, people donate them all year. They put their potato chips in a big bag and bring them down. Instead of taking them to recycling, they take them down to the International Potato Chip Committee, Potato Chip Bag Committee office, and they say, hey, here's some more potato chip bags. And so they use those then in the parade. And of course, there is a strong representation at the California State Fair. The International Potato Chip Bag Committee has all kinds of events if you go to the California State Fair in Sacramento, you're going to see it. They have, instead of cotton candy, what they'll do is they'll use a potato chip bag to create a costume. So they use the big bags, those big family size bags, and they cut holes in them, and you see people walking around the state fair with bags over their head with a breathing hole and a hole for their nose and 2 eye holes. And it's just a way to be crazy, funny, and have fun with potato chip bags, guys. And it's every year at the state fair. And it also helps if you're not feeling up to, maybe you have some bed heads, your hair's funky, you didn't quite get it right, you tried to curl it, you tried to cut it, it didn't look right. You just put a potato chip bag over your head, and guys, you cut the holes there for your breathing, and so you can see where you're going. And it's a big thing at the state fair every year. And that all originated in Monterey Park. And a lot of people don't know it. So if you're in Monterey Park, just drive down Potato Chip Bag Avenue and look at all of the shops that exist as part of that industry, and it's taken over the entire town. They say that 50 to 60% of the people in Monterey Park are employed in the potato chip bag industry. And in fact, you have some retro companies that do it the old way. They take sheets of wax paper and they iron it, just like you might iron a shirt. They iron it, and then they just press the bag right. So if you buy the potato chips, they'll custom make a bag for you right in the shop. So it's kind of a retro, kind of a 1920s approach, guys, but it brings back the charm and the fun of the original days when Monterey Park was just the Wild West of potato chip bag makers. So there's a lot going on. Check out Monterey Park. It's just east of Los Angeles. And just get on the 10 or the 60 and head out there. And you'll, as soon as you smell potato chips, you're there. Get off the exit and look around and buy some chips. And make sure they're in a homegrown, homemade potato chip bag right there in Monterey Park.